When writing a novel, it's important to create a well-rounded character so that they feel real as your reader is reading it. In today's video, I'm going to share exactly how I start creating my characters with the magical tool of tarot. And after you watch this video, make sure you check out a few of my other videos where I talk about characters, especially about 3D real life human characters. It's a great follow-up to this video. You can find it in the cards. So hi, I'm Jennifer Gregson, a tarot book coach who helps writers create amazing characters and become friends with them so that they can write beautiful books, type the end, all with a smile on their face. Okay, so let's say you have a new idea for a new book and you need to fill it with all kinds of characters. That's where I come in. Today I'm going to teach you a few easy steps for how to get started. Sure, you can use those worksheets that you see everywhere online and especially on Pinterest. Those are great, but I like to start a little differently. So if you have a deck of tarot cards, make sure you have it close. I'm going to be using the original Rider-Waite-Smith deck for this, but you can use any deck that you love and feel connected to. So first, what genre of story are you writing? Do you write young adult like I do? Do you write fantasy, science fiction, cozy mysteries? That's the first step. You need to know what kind of character you want to create. So sometimes I'll even say I want to create my antagonist or I want to create my protagonist. Sometimes I just say, hey, universe, I need to create characters for my young adult book. And maybe if I have any ideas, like it's going to be a family of witches. Okay? So if I have that, I'll say that. If not, I'll just say, look, I don't know what I want to do yet. Give me some ideas. Then I would grab my trusty tarot deck and I would start a shuffling. And I picked the Fool. I'm just going to hold it up there so you guys can see it. What immediately comes to mind for you? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments. For me, I feel like the Fool is all about that burst of energy. I always think of someone young, naive, which works perfectly since I write young adult. So this could be somebody, they're very vibrantly dressed. So I'm going to say someone in the theater world. That's my old world. I was a theater major. So I can maybe, even based on that, I see this as someone leaving for college and they're leaving their tiny hometown, right? I see like mountains, so maybe somewhere in Colorado, somewhere out west of the United States, and they're going to go to the big city, whatever city that is, for school. So they're leaving their tiny, tiny town and they are going to college for theater in a bigger city. So how did I do this? First, I like to look at the person or main figure on the card. So that is this person right here. It's called the Fool. You can use that if you want, but I like to just look at how they're dressed and what they're doing, first and foremost. Now, I don't necessarily go by hair color or skin color. I will figure all of that out as I need from somewhere else. This is just for ideas. But the Fool is all about being naive. Now, if you need some help with that, that's where the internet or a book can come in. I don't like to use the book too much, but it is nice to sometimes have a few keywords. You might have gravitated toward this little dog. Maybe your character is an animal lover or has a dog companion. Maybe that's important to you. He's very full of flowers, like it's very flowery. He has a flower in his hand, so maybe your cozy mystery has a gardener who finds a dead body under his petunias, you know? So you can really go any other way. So I start with the person in the middle of the card, how they're dressed and what they're doing. This guy is very open. He has his whole body toward the sky. The sun is at his back. He is ready to start a new adventure. He has one foot up. He is ready to propel forward. So then I will look at the background. Like I said, I went to those mountains, this dry, arid kind of land here, nothing on the side. We don't know what's coming. he looks like he's about to take off into space, I would look at that second. Then I would look at the other things. There's a sun. What does that tell me? This is number 0. What does that tell me, if anything? Right? Like I mentioned, the little dog. I would look at those elements third. Then you can start asking some serious questions about your book. So I'm going to pull a second card to do this process. Okay, so now we have the 7 of Swords. So let's just look at this guy for a minute. He looks like he is stealing those swords. This is not an honest character. So now let's ask some questions. Are you getting main character energy? Are you getting protagonist or antagonist? For me, immediately, dishonest character, I'm going to assume antagonist. This is going to be some sort of bad guy. What kind of gender are you getting? Now, you can use the gender of the card, or you can just feel into what gender you're feeling. Is it male, female, non-binary? What are you getting from this character? For me, I'm getting male. I'm getting, especially since I write YA, my brain kind of went to a little like maybe a love triangle, and this is the man of the love triangle, and he is sort of stringing along 2 other teenage girls. He is a teenager himself. Let's not do anything crazy. If you don't write YA, the next thing you might want to ask yourself is age. How old is this character? Are they young? Are they old? Middle age? Are they timeless, like some sort of fantasy wizard character? I'm going to put this guy senior of high school, getting ready to graduate. And that's literally just intuitive pings that I'm picking up. But you can sort of feel into that however you need to. After you ask those kinds of questions, then take the card as a whole. This one has like a circus or a fair, all of these tents. What can that mean? With the YA world, maybe they're having some sort of homecoming fair. Do you remember at the end of the movie Grease, they have that big end of school year fair, and there's like all of the rides in the show, and then, you know, Danny and Sandy do the whole thing on that little shaky thing. That's kind of what I'm envisioning. That this is sort of like a school event that he is at. So what are you seeing when you look at this card? I would love to know in the comments below. So that is how I start. That is the very, very, very first thing I do. Now, sometimes I have a character already walk into my mind before I even have plot. That has happened a couple of times. Then I would use the cards to deepen that character. I would say, okay, so I figured out that they are the daughter of a long line of witches, and this is the daughter. They are very, very intuitive. This card, the High Priestess, is a very big name. She wants to go a different way. She doesn't want to follow the path of her family, right? So I've already deepened what I already had when she walked in. This one has really cool initials on it that stand for things. If you want to search that up, I'm not going to go into the whole thing here, but if you want to search that up, you can. It would deepen the meaning of the card, but you could pick a B or a J. My name is Jennifer. You could totally use that for this card. There's not enough Jennifers in literature, I say. Go at it. But you could use this as background. There's the dark and the light pillars. There could be something with that, especially if you're writing high fantasy. Maybe she comes from a line of very dark characters and she wants to move more toward the light. That's an interesting concept. That is how I would use the card. So let's just go over that again. I like to look at the image, the person, or the focal point of the card. If there's more than one, I usually choose one to start with and then incorporate the other one. Then I'll look at the background, the colors, the numbers. This is the number 2. I would look at that crescent moon at the bottom, the pomegranates behind her, the pillars, how she's dressed, the fact that she is holding the Torah. All interesting aspects that I might incorporate into my character creation, at least to start brainstorming. So my biggest tip to you is try this. Just try it. You don't have to stick with what you came up with if you really, really feel like it's not the right thing, but you may get one or two pings that set you off on a really great character. The other thing I would suggest is to make sure you have something to write stuff down on or record yourself like this. That can be really, really interesting. Look at the card, hold it up to the camera, talk it out loud. If you don't want to do it like this camera, you can use the voice memo on your phone and just say, hey, I pulled this such and such a card and this is what I see and this is what I'm thinking. Sometimes that helps, especially writers who are so used to writing everything down. It gets us thinking in a different way. If you have other writer friends, this is an excellent writing game to play in sort of courses or workshops or writing groups. All pick a card and all spend 5 minutes just talking about your cards. You may even get ideas from other people's cards that you can incorporate into your card, and that's super, super fun. Once you have one card, you can totally add in a second card. That's my other favorite thing, and there's a card up here video for you to watch where I mention how to do that, and it just sort of adds in depth. Once you've started your character, you can totally then move all that into an organized worksheet. But I don't like to start with those. What's your preference? Do you like starting with those, or do you think this might be fun? So now that you've gotten a little bit of a handle on how to start a character, make sure you watch those other videos about character creation and let me know in the comments below. Have you ever tried this? What did you think of this process? And will you try this in the future? I make new writing videos every week, especially throughout October and November. So make sure you hit this notification bell, subscribe to my channel, and come back next week. Have a great day.